Now, speaking of feeling good, man, listen. You know, man, New York Knicks, man, they feeling real good right now, man. They out here rolling, man. On a 2-game win streak, some nice wins under their belt. The Clippers, stifled the Clippers and James Harden debut in the Garden. Then the Spurs come into town and my man at Television's boy, his boy, he was trying to come out here and make some noise, trying to shine up in the Garden. You know what I mean? A lot of times we'll let niggas come in here and do wonderful things at the Garden, but he wasn't having it this time, man. We shut Victor Wembanyama down. But listen, man, Randall, I know we've been hard on Randall this year. In a couple of games that he's played, because he looked off, like we spoke about. Looked out of it, so to speak. But hey, give him credit, man. When he doesn't play well, we're gonna call him to the carpet. When he plays well, we're gonna give him his props. We just fair like that. Right is right. Put some respect on a man's name. You know what I'm saying? So Randall looking a lot better. RJ Barrett back from the sore knee. RJ Barrett's having a great year thus far, man. RJ Barrett is balling. We always talk about, can RJ go to that next level? That seems to be like the theme every year. That along with Daniel Jones and RJ. Daniel Jones, Zach Wilson, and RJ Barrett are like the three. Every year we say, they gonna go to the next level. But RJ separated himself this year because he seemed like he's going to the next level. He's playing very good basketball, man. Extremely good basketball. I'm extremely pleased with him. Quick, as always, is doing well. Brunson seems like he's got it going a little bit. The big three stepped up the other night against the Spurs because we was giving them that work. We was smacking. We was up by 30 at one time. Yeah. Q, let me go to you first, man. I know you got a chance to check out the Knicks these last couple of games. Like I said, we've been hard on them, but playing a lot better since we have been hard on them. What's your take? What's your take on the Knicks these last couple of games?
I think now what we're starting to really see is that, especially in the last 2 games, is that defensive prowess that we know that we've been working so hard on creating, and it's showing. We're making all these players turn the ball over. Like the Spurs turned the ball over, I think 13 times or something like that. And then I think the Clippers, in one quarter alone, I think they had like 7 turnovers. Man, we're stealing the ball. We're doing fast breaks. We got these young guys. Like this Knicks team hasn't been this young and energetic and enthusiastic and actually making it shit fun to watch in a long time, and it's actually, we're starting to see the fruits of the labor in the past couple of years, which we can't say. And all these other teams that we rebuilt, we all seen it crumble. We seen like dim lights, and then we see like quick spurts of like, wow, these guys are gonna be great. But no, they are. DiVincenzo took a little bit of time, but the dude is knocking down threes now. His defense is crazy. Josh Hart, I think, needs to step up a little bit more and score a little bit more. But I think that's just Josh Hart's game. We got DiVincenzo because he can shoot the three and he can shoot the ball alongside playing defense. But and Randall had a hard time in the beginning, but Randall's stepping it up, man. Like this is what he has to do. He knows what city he's in. He knows that we're gonna rain hell fucking fire on his ass when he's playing horrible. But we're gonna praise him like he's a legend when he's playing good. Jalen Brunson is doing Jalen Brunson things. Like the way these guys are playing right now, they're starting to really mesh. And usually we don't see this till like later in the season, especially with Knicks teams. But if we're seeing this early and we're able to stop all these guys, because I was hearing other radio shows talking about Wemby is gonna drop 42 on the Knicks. Well, we held them to 14, kid. You know what I mean? Like kid ain't a superstar yet.
Shout out to Mitch and Hartenstein and all the big dogs down low holding it down.
Word up.
You mentioned Julius Randle, man. 8 of 19 shooting, man. 23 points, 16 rebounds, 5 assists, man. Just phenomenal numbers, man. The field goal percentage could have been a little bit higher. I'm not gonna nitpick that, but like I said, he's coming out of his funk. Ed, I know you got a lot of interesting stats. You always come with, as the resident stat guy, he's always on point
statistician
with the stats and the gyms, man. Talk to us about the Knicks' last performance. What's your assessment on that? And what about moving forward? What you thinking about?
Man, the last 2 games at home, especially at home, the Knicks have been party poopers for a lot of dudes' debuts. We crashed Carter's debut and we crashed Wembanyama's debut, like I said. The thing that I'm loving is that the Knicks are ranked 2nd in defense. You know, even with the record, we 4-4. They rank second in defense. They're killing in offensive rebounds this year, like crazy. Like Mitch Robinson. Shout out to Mitch because, you know, even though he hasn't been much of a scorer, but Mitch is the first Knick with at least 50 offensive rebounds in the first 8 games of the season, 5th in NBA history. You know what I mean? Mitch has as much offensive rebounds than the Lakers, T-Wolves, Rockets, and Bucks. Himself.
And you know what? Not to cut you, Mitch gets him at key moments too.
Yes.
If you guys remember last year against Cleveland, man, he was getting some huge offensive rebounds as a putback. So yeah, great stat. Good, keep going, man.
Love Mitch and against Wemby, like, you know, y'all can call me out on it. I'll say it too. I was picking the Spurs. You know, I picked the Clippers and the Spurs over my Knicks. You know what I mean? Because, you know, so I was just so, you know, I was just so upset that we were just playing so bad. So I was just thinking of the worst. But yo, we came out to ball these last 2 games. Mitch last night held Wemby, you know, 0-6 again. Yo, the dude only had 2 points in the first half. Like the whole Knicks team, I felt like gravitated toward that kid and just played great defense on him. Quickly was ripping stuff away from him. Yo, Brunson hit a 3 over him and he stretched out to block Brunson. Yo, it was great. Like, you know, Brunson, the thing I love is that our mini big 3, even though a lot of people don't agree, our big 3, they all had 23 plus points. You know, Brunson with 25, Barry with 24, Randall with 23. You know what I mean? Quickly had 19. Hartenstein at 13. You know what I mean? I'm just loving the way this Knicks team is playing. We had 7 steals. We had 4 turnovers to their 13. One thing I love too was the turnovers. We limited our turnovers.
Yes.
Our big three only had 2 turnovers combined. In last game, they had like over 12. You know what I mean? Combined. So that was a big thing too. So I'm just loving that we back in our New York groove right now. We are killing, and you know we got Boston. I think we got Boston next, right? Boston better. No homo, but Boston better buckle up because we coming.
Oh, I was getting ready to ask Q that too, man. Q, you know, like Miami had a big win the other night against the Lakers. They're starting to come on a little bit. Bam out of Bayou, you know, he's getting tough on dudes. Obviously Boston is a really good team. You got Brooklyn big win against the Clippers last night.
Philly only got 1 loss.
Philly only got 1 loss. You know, the East is shaping up to be, you know, we knew it was going to be good, but we had some question marks. You know, there's a lot of player movement and a lot of uncertainty. You know, looking at these last 5, 6, 7 games, we have a chance to kind of see where the Knicks stack up a little bit against these teams. What do you think the Knicks stack up in the East, man? Well, you know, what do you think in terms of where they stack up against some of these powerhouses?
I think if they're playing as well as they can and, you know, drawing off these fouls, because people got to understand too, we're making other teams cause more fouls than than us fouling, and we people have fouled us more than we fouled them in I think the last 3-4 games. So we're getting to the line, and that was one of the big things too, because we were shooting poorly from the free throw. But if we can make our threes and shoot at least 47-49% from just the field goals, make at least, you know, 35% of our 3-pointers and make small ball movements and keep in defense, then we're definitely in the top 3. We can make it far this year with this team. But everything all the engines gotta be in sync. We need these guys to keep playing at a high level, and that's if we all happen to keep quickly for the remainder of the year. You know what I mean? Like do we end up signing his attention? But I still hold true. I told you guys, I think they're definitely one of the top at their best playing ball days. They're definitely one of the top 3 teams. The only other teams I put in front of them is the Bucks and the Celtics. I think we're better than the Sixers. We're better than the Hawks. We're better than the Heat. We're better than the Bulls. You know what I mean? Like I don't care what people say, but that's my opinion, and people can see it when the Knicks are playing at a very high level. Yes. And we would have continued to beat the Spurs by 30 points if we didn't put in our 2nd and 3rd string players. You know what I mean? But
facts.
That's my take.
I agree.
Absolutely.
I agree.
Hey, let me ask you this real quick before you go.
Yes,
We talked about the trade for Joel Embiid, trying to bring a big dog in here, you know, a number 1 guy or a strong number 2 guy. We went back and forth on the show a couple weeks ago, and we debated that, and, you know, kind of the whole New York tri-state NBA world did. Looking at, you know, this is kind of before we saw what they were doing this year. You know, we didn't know what RJ was going to do. Yeah. We were a little mad at Julius. Now, in terms of how they're playing now, do you still think they need to make a change? Or do they have enough, in your opinion?
Well, the way they're playing now, right now, they're clicking on all cylinders. You know, all cylinders. Like Q made a great point. We keep on, you know, shooting the 3-ball well. We shot 47% last night. You know what I mean? And we keep on playing the way we are. I feel like we good where we at. You know what I mean? We just, if we stay healthy, we good where we at. I don't feel like we need to explode the team right now. Maybe next year. Let's see how we finish off this year. But right now, we clicking on all cylinders. But I know you mentioned, you know, superstar status and everything with Embiid, but I just want to give a quick shout out to our boy RJ Barrett, man. He is playing phenomenal. Like, he's literally like making a defensive and shooting leap this year, and we've been waiting for this. Like, he's been very consistent. And one thing that I gotta call him out on is that he ended the last game of the playoffs last year against Miami bad. That was a bad game. But I guess the international play has been really helping him step his game up. Like, you know, his footwork on defense, you know, has been excellent too this year, coming in this year. You know, especially the first game, he kind of like, I won't say he held down Tatum, but, you know, he was there, like, you know, with Tatum. You know what I mean? I'm most impressed with his assertiveness. Like, he's alert. Like, he's shooting very well. Like,
very good point.
Yeah, he's been very alert and on defense, and even like taking good shots. Not even good shots, great shots. He's been taking great shots this year, and I'm very proud of seeing that growth, that leap that he's making. So shout out to him, because he's the key component for this team to keep on going and
he's feeling the rhythm of the game too.
Yeah,
he like you say, very good point, man. I'm glad you pointed that out. Feeling the rhythm of the game, picking his spots very well, not as reckless. You can tell he's thinking now. His game is more cerebral now this year. You know what I'm saying? That's a great point, Ed. That's a real great point, man.
Yeah, man. Like, I feel like that international play helped him out a lot. Like, you know, I know we killing him, especially you called that out, Cash. His shooting. He's shooting what? So far, it's only been a handful of games. Yeah, he's shooting 40% from three, 80% from the line. That's a big deal coming from RJ Barrett.
Big deal. If he keeps that up,
he can make an all-star team.
It's gonna be a problem.
All-star. We could probably have 3 all-stars in the all-star game if our big three, if our little big three, quote unquote, keep on playing the way they are. So,
what does he average? 22 or some shit like that?
Yeah, 22 right now. He averaging 22. So
without Julius and Brunson, he'd average 26, 27. So you got to share the rock a little bit. So he's doing what he's supposed to do. Quick got to get his little buckets. Yeah. So you know his points are where they're supposed to be. But he's, like you said, he's efficient. Yeah, man. Which is good, and he's thinking more. Yeah. And the game just seems to have slowed down for him. You know, for whatever reason, in year number, what is this, 5?
Year 5.
You know what I'm saying? So, matter of fact, let's take a motherfucking shot for RJ Barrett, man. You know what I'm saying? If you listen, to listen at home, if you chilling with us right now, you know you gotta have your shot glasses when you fucking with us. Let's take a shot for RJ Barrett. Pour it up, man.
Pour it up, man. RJ, right here. Salud. Yeah.
Salud.
I do want to say something. I want to call myself out too. I gotta
we gotta edit that.
I gotta call myself out, put myself on blast. You know how I was saying about the whole depth thing, about the whole height thing, because we have no backup power forward. With the 5-man lineup of Hartenstein, IQ, Vincenzo, and RJ, 37 minutes across 5 games, we have an offensive rating of 103 and a defensive rating of 96.4. That's not bad for being a short, like a short in stature team right now. That shit. When I saw that stat, I'm like, ooh, that shut me up right there. So shout out to the Knicks and they depth, because we don't have a big man at power forward. So that shut me up.
Nigga. Pause.
But we got, you know, and just, you know, not only is RJ Barrett stepping it up, you know, because you could definitely see, like, it's clicking. Like, he's clicking. He's like, I got it. Which we all knew was never going to happen, because, you know, in basketball, you get to kind of see them in like the first 2-3 years, and it's like, all right, you know, that's pretty much who they're going to be. You know, maybe you give them a 4th year, but, you know, like after that, it's just like, all right, that, you know, he's just that's who he is. Look at Randall. Randall still can't dribble right. He's dribbling off his foot. You know, like, he's still doing these things. You know, and obviously he's not correcting them, but, you know, Barrett's still an essential piece to our puzzle and our game plan. But you can just see RJ Barrett just moving with and without the ball. And even Quentin Grimes, man. I think Quentin Grimes, I think we need to see this kid. You know, I think it was a great signing, because I think he's just only going to better his game as well. You can see when he getting the ball and he's open from 3, he's draining them things. He's shooting the shot. Like, it's
hold on. What'd you say? He's doing what? Draining them things? That's a pause, man. Hey, yo! Hey, yo! Yo, flag, yo, we gotta get a flag. Yeah. Flag on the play, nigga. That's a pause.
I thought I said draining them shots, but whatever.
Draining them things.
Yeah, draining them things, nigga. Draining them things. Draining them things.
Oh, man.
Nah, but shout out to Grab. He has been holding it down. He was a plus 26 last night. You know, he was 50% from three. I'll take that any day. And he's a defensive. He has his defensive prowess. He's like our best defender besides Mitch. He's our best defender out there on the court, and I'm loving the way he's defending. You know, the two guards and whoever's on his assignment. He be holding it down. And y'all been saying it for a while now. Like he's not jumping for fakes. He's not going for that. He's not biting for that. He stays on 2 feet down, 10 toes down to the ground. I love that. You know what I mean? I love that he's holding it down on the defensive end. This team is looking good, man. Yo, we second in defense, so that's scary. You know, see, teams are giving us credit and saying, yo, we are a hard team to beat right now. You know, no homo. We are a hard team to mess around with right now. You know what I mean?
Yo, hold on, yo, we can't go like, yo, you know how hard I gotta think before I say things, bro.
Yo, that's what I'm saying.
Yo, you guys are killing me, man. Yo.
Pause police is out, yo. We are a hard team to beat.
Whoop, whoop. That's the sound of the police. That's the sound of the police.
Oh, that's crazy, yo. That's gonna be nice for the shorts this week. We're gonna have some content for y'all, man.
Hey, yo, pause.
Pause. Hey, yo. Shout out to everybody who be tapping in on the pause comments, man. They be cracking me up. What you call it? Nah, but yeah, like you said, they are number 2 in defense. That's the Thibodeau team, though. Thibodeau's a defensive-minded coach, man. So, they doing what they supposed to do. That's right in line with what Tibbs does, man. So shout out to the Knicks, man. I'm excited. I'm ready to go, man. The Knicks is uplifting my spirits, man, because we all know,
the only good thing going on in New York.
Good thing, right?